Think he's jacked to see us?
I don't know, maybe he hates us.
Should we wave at him? Look at him. He's all matching and stuff. Little hunting beast. Hey, don't get my truck all dirty.
Oh, I got
What's up, killer?
I don't know.
You are matching. This suit. Got enough room?
Yeah.
You ready to kill a big buck?
Yeah.
You been practicing?
Yeah.
North Dakota has become the whitetail spot for Tyler and I for almost a decade. We met Nick on the first trip. Little did we know, him and his family would become big parts of our lives. Trip 2, like the first, was spent in the tent and truck, meeting at each hunting location or for beers after daylight. It took some convincing. Our wives did not understand our immediate bond, but after 8 years, it feels like coming home. Greetings from critters, helping with chores, and watching the Benson kids grow up all make this place special. And there's nothing worse than having an older sister who uses your fingernails for painting practice. Believe me, I had one too. And yes, gun control is a work in progress.
No eggs? It's because we found 10 yesterday.
Can we shoot?
Come here. This story really begins when Deaghan, Nick's oldest son, was 5 years old. Nick tagged out early, and we had an extra morning to sleep in.
Dark.
We gave Deaghan 2 options: sleep in or buy him a tag, and we go out and try to get him his very own wild turkey. Nice job, buddy.
Yeah, good shot.
Right when you was walking?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you almost did.
No.
About as big as yours.
Good job, buddy. Nice high five.
Be careful, be careful.
Say something. I think you just let him work their way right on over. Yep. What'd you just do?
Shot a turkey.
Is it a big one?
Yes.
How big?
It's a good one.
I don't know.
Do you want to go look at it? Come on.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice one.
Our 2021 season started out wet and cold.
You tell him what's going on.
Just say, got the blind all set up. Turkey gobbling in every direction. Should be good. This weather causes the birds to be less susceptible to calling and decoys. But scouting pays off, and so does determination. Back. Right. I'm gonna smack you. The next couple of days set in motion a hunting season that won't soon be forgotten. He's laughing at me because I'm filming him. Oh. Let your hunt go. Drip, drip, drip. Here you go. In case anyone ever wants to steal your truck.
Not good. Next spot. That sucked. What do you think?
I think it sucked.
I'm freaking cold.
I know. Deez, what do you think about that spot?
Suck.
That's fair.
That was probably the worst morning all year yet.
Yeah.
As far as gobbling and
You sliding?
everything else. What?
Were you sliding? Like muddy?
I don't think so. Might have been.
I think I'm having a stroke.
Hard to tell with all the power.
What do you got there, Deaghan?
$50 jerky.
I think the last time you were here, you had your little skin tooth going on.
Gobbler.
So describe that jerky for me. What do you think about it?
It's good.
What's it taste like?
It's good.
Smoky?
Yeah.
Meaty?
Yeah.
You hungry?
Oh, ready for you today.
Do you know what you want?
I don't even know what there is.
You don't know what there is.
We'll need a second.
Go ahead whenever you're ready.
I want-
Chicken
do they serve
nuggets.
breakfast?
It doesn't look like it.
Are you guys still serving breakfast?
We are not.
Okay. No pancakes. We'll take a number 5 Sprite on that, please.
Okay.
And then a number 3.
Number 3 plain. Sprite. It's a double quarter pounder, baby.
And then a 4B.
Just a sandwich.
Oh, that's right. You're working on your figure.
I have cash. And credit.
I'll have the Venmo Sam some money.
No, don't give it to Sam, because then I don't get it back. Said it. Stay at it. Patience kills turkeys. What do you want me to tell you? I
You hear
mean,
Deaghan back here? Cut.
awesome. Thanks.
Okay, what do we got?
Deaghan, this is all yours.
What?
These are all fries
Fatty.
in here.
They
Well, they put like half the fries
right. They
in
really
this thing?
gypped us on these fries.
What the
What a joke.
hell?
Should we go back through?
There's some bonus fries in the bag. If anybody wants those.
2 fries. After smashing some McDank, the carbs are hitting hard in our slow afternoon. Again, hunkered down in the blind, hiding from the rain.
It has to go up.
Yes. Just. You might want to raise that top a little bit. Bottom more if you want. Something like that. That's not too exposed, I guess.
Every time we've sat here, they're always up on this hill. It's raining. It's about 3 o'clock. Just got set up for the evening. Moved locations farther north. Landowner's been sending us pictures of turkeys all the time, so decided to come up here and try it. Big cut cornfield. Kind of set up down in this low spot. Gonna let the 20 gauge bark. Capiche? Capiche. Well, the night's not over, so there's no plan yet. We've seen a lot of turkeys. Was that Deaghan? Deaghan's been crapping his pants all day. Seen 5 toms. Just had 3 of them coming back south. They were going north. got a bird gobbling back south somewhere. We don't know where they are, but hopefully tomorrow they're gonna be in trouble. Deaghan, give them an update, a nap update.
I don't know what's going on.
Were you napping? I think you're almost snoring there for a minute. Are you ready? For what? There's turkeys gobbling everywhere. We're trying to get out of the blind and there's birds flying up at the end of the field. 2 toms, 2 hens down there. 3 toms and 3 or 4 hens this way. There's birds across the field over there. It's crazy. See if we can get them to gobble. Hammer time, baby. Dude, there's a pile of them over there, too. See you in the morning, boys. There he goes. He just flew down. Okay, here he comes. Here he comes. Hit the trigger. Hey, don't move too fast. Yeah, he's coming right in. Hit the trigger. It's ready to fire. Okay, just get it up on your shoulder like you're gonna shoot. He's coming right to the decoy. It's ready to fire whenever you are. Wait, can you shoot with your gloves on? No. You're fine. Okay, look down the barrel. Okay, he's straight to the left. Can you see him? He'll be coming over. Don't worry. He's right there. Just put that BB's gonna have to go into his head. Nick, he's gonna have to come your way. Oh, easy. Yep. 1 minute. Don't shoot my decoy. Are you solid right on his head? Are you right on his head? Okay, pull the trigger.
That can hurt my ears.
Hold on, the other ones might come running. Heck yeah. Hold on, the other Tom's running in. The other Tom's running in. Where? It's right here. Oh yeah.
Otherwise, I'm gonna pop him with this.
He's hitting the decoy. Just let him pick it up. Here's your release.
Oh, I don't know if I have enough time. I can just pop him.
No, you'll have time.
I won't hit the decoy as soon as he moves off, and then I'm gonna hit him.
No, but you can shoot him with your bow. If you want to shoot him with your bow, you can't go anywhere. Yeah, give us the gun. Wait. No, easily. We're done, boys. He probably shot the dominant one.
Okay.
So then that other one, he's kind of like the second in line.
So he was gonna go over there.
So he was gonna, get the hell up.
just beat him up.
Well, we can definitely make it for McDonald's pancakes.
He freaking knocked the decoy over.
605. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get him hit? Oh,
Yeah.
We've killed a couple turkeys with Deaghan in the past, but this was the first time he's handled the gun without our help. In the moment, this kid has ice in his veins compared to the 3 adult men falling apart around him.
just dropped it.
With all the scouting of this location done by our good friend Shannon, we were fortunate to come away with a father-son double. Truly one of the most memorable moments for all of us. Even the terrible weather wasn't going to stop these toms from a fight. And if there's anything we've learned, when the time is right, boys will be boys. You simply have to be there. With our turkey tags punched, our focus immediately shifts to one thing: whitetail deer.
Here's the man himself.
You carried enough corn.
Nick keeps his eyes on a couple dozen areas where deer like to hang out. With the season approaching, we narrow down the best spots with the most frequent mature bucks and focus on those areas. I can't begin to add the hours spent obsessing over certain spots. How the deer enter and leave, what's the predominant wind to maximize sittability, how many eyes and noses do we have to remain undetected from before the mature deer get on their feet for the remaining daylight minutes. We all have dreams of getting an arrow in a true giant. In those moments, time stands still. The seconds before launch burn into your mind. Captured and cataloged in a vault, always accessible. Outcome good or bad. Historically, one of us draws blood in the first few days. We can hardly sleep the nights before, wondering who it's gonna be.
I mean, I'm always excited to see big deer pictures, but I don't know, it's weird. It's like once you get out here, it's like your whole morale is like up. It's fun. Time to drink bush apples and look at big deer pictures.
We're ready to go home and we're gonna look through like 5 cards because Nick pulled a bunch of cards today. Baited some spots, we met him out here. It's gonna be fun.
He's a freaking beast. That dude hauls a lot of corn. It's some tough work. It's always so weird when you're looking at a big camera. Just can't help it. I would imagine they're gonna get scared shitless.
We spent the night shooting our bows, familiarizing ourselves just a little bit more with our equipment.
Don't be aiming for my arrows.
It's also a great way to visualize the moments ahead. When your heart is racing, about ready to pull the trigger,
You're shooting a lot better than you were last year.
you have to remind yourself to aim small, pick your spot, and send it.
Oh, there we go. Do you see that number? Yeah. Yeah, that's like, yeah, she's right. I'm always right. Bunch out there.
Oh yeah, I see that one over there.
Yeah, you see that?
Hold on. Where's this buck at? He's gotta be getting close.
He's coming. He's there. Where is that?
You know the drill. Don't move.
she's still standing in the same spot. This buck is closer. He is much closer than this doe. You ready, buddy?
Yeah.
Just like the last ones. Just let them come right on in, okay? There's 2 does to our left, but it's not going to matter because we have a really good wind. If he's on the pile, remember, use your top pin and focus. Only shoot when it's perfect. The other one's a buck. Hold on. Okay. Hold on a minute. There's another. Oh, I see the one behind him. Hard to tell, buddy. Deaghan, this buck is bigger. This one right in front of us is bigger. If you want to draw, I think he should draw. Draw. Yep. Top pin. Top pin. No, shoot him. Yeah, shoot him. Hold on. Just watch him. Just watch him. As that deer ran, the chances of not finding him became a reality. Don't worry, you're okay. If he didn't hear the arrow slide against the arrow rest, this could have been a different ending.
He's still running. Oh, he's still going up on the hill.
Keep watching him.
Oh, he stopped. He's running again. No. I can still see the knob now.
No, I went over the hill. You shot the bigger of those 2 bucks. 100%.
Not that buck right there. I see him. Is he running still?
Is he? Just before daylight ended, another buck offered me a shot opportunity. I missed. I let yet another velvet buck slip right on by. The 2 of us that night shared defeat. We spent the next day looking for any signs of recovery, but came up empty. Deaghan learned a hard lesson that night. Wounding deer is severely disappointing, but you have to keep trying, and he's sure glad he did.
It was October. When were you in Canada? That's when it was.
October 18th.
It was
No,
earlier.
before that. Before it was like the week before the 8th.
I think okay, so like the 9th. I think it was like the 9th, 8th or 9th. And we went to the blind because it was pouring rain, and it was supposed to keep pouring rain, but it was super cold, dropped the temperature, so bigger deer moved. And got into the blind about 4:30, I'd say. And about a half an hour later, from where we thought they might be coming, comes this deer who we haven't had on camera since probably the end of July. So August, September, October, so 2.5 months. And know, that he's coming in, and he's in the way of a tree. He's directly in front of us, probably 7-8 yards, but he's behind a tree. He can't shoot. So me and Deaghan are standing or he's standing in the blind. I'm sitting for 5 minutes and 41 seconds because I took my own video on my phone. A deer standing in front of us for 5 minutes. He finally allows enough of a shot, which to me, the shot looked great, which is, I don't know why we're going to pick him up in the middle of December as opposed to that night. But somehow he lived, hopped the road, and went a quarter mile to a half mile away and died in a cornfield. So, use your top pin, put it right behind us. See that crease in his shoulder? Put it right behind that crease. But get a little farther forward so you're not going to shoot the blind. Are you going to shoot the blind? Okay, I don't know for sure how much penetration, but it was in the right spot. If I didn't hear a big thwack, you might have one-lunged him. But that's a buck. That's a big buck. Oh my God. You definitely didn't hit the tree. Do you know where? Like, it looked good to me. He did not go very far.
It looked right.
Dude, he ran right into that slough and stopped. He's gonna bed down there and die, I think. Oh, dude. Oh man, I think he's dead. I wish I could have got it on video.
But last night we were hunting in a secret spot so Tyler could shoot this big 11 pointer that's been coming in there, and he decided last night he didn't want to show up. But while we were sitting there and there were some bucks in front of us, Nick got a text from the landowner saying that somebody might have found his deer. And it's Deaghan's first buck, and it's big. So it's gonna be, it has to be the same deer. I mean, there's no way it can't be. So,
Unless there's a bunch of people down there bow hunting shooting 6x6s.
right.
It's gotta be. Yeah. So we are en route.
Update. Nick met that fella, but it was all cryptic on, where and when we were gonna go out and find this deer. Turns out he had it in his garage. So, we don't have to put on all my warm clothes and we don't even have to go walk for it. But, here it is. That is one hell of a first deer.
Yeah. For sure. He made it a half mile. He made it to the other side of the cornfield, tried to hop the fence, and got tangled up in the fence, and coyotes ate him. All he found was the spine and the head.
Really?
Yep.
Really? So there wasn't an arrow?
The arrow must have been laying there.
Right.
But he just grabbed the head.
Dang.
I should go back and get that arrow. There's a $20 knock and $20 head on it, and a $20 arrow. I lost 2 of them. Well, at least I got it back. That makes it all better. That's 100% him, that heavy side.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And he really wasn't a 7. He was just bladed.
That's him.
Yep.
That's wild.
That
All
is
right.
what.
What's going on, kid?
I don't know.
Gotta say bye. Gotta do like exit interviews. Tell us how your deer season went.
Yeah, we can't talk about that.
We can't? Alright.
Why? Why?
Hmm.
The camera's over there.
Yeah.
Let's hear how it went.
I did a bad shot on one, and the other ducked.
No, the other one ducked, and the other one you hit like in the liver. You hit a good shot on both.
Yeah.
You just never found it.
Right.
See the deer we
Interesting.
shot this weekend?
Yeah, we got them all lined up.
Which one's your favorite?
That one.
That one?
That one's your favorite?
What's this one say? Who shot this one?
Deaghan.
We found him.
Look what you did.
You shot that,
That's
Deaghan.
the one you got.
What do you think, dude?
That's
That's
the
a
one.
big buck.
You got out of the blind.
That's your deer.
Grab him.
Jeez, you're a deer. Is it bigger than you thought or smaller?
Bigger?
Yeah, that's a big deer.
Did you recognize it sitting there?
A little bit, but not really.
Barely hold it.
Right?
So where are you gonna put it? You're gonna mount that one?
Probably.
Hold that thing up for me.
Hold him.
There you go, both hands, just like that.
Never
Huh.
thought you'd find him, did you?
Look at that big 6x6.
Complete fluke. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
You usually don't find them 2 months later.
How wild is that?
Pretty
That's
wild.
sitting right there.
Deaghan knew he killed that deer. It's one thing to wound one high, hit it in the shoulder, or graze him in the brisket. But when you hit vitals, deep inside, you know that deer isn't going to survive. He didn't hunt after that night. In his heart, he knew that buck was dead, and he had in fact killed it. But he had no proof. He had nothing to show for it. How do you blame him? A pheasant hunter found that deer a half-mile from impact and notified the landowner, who then notified Nick. That's not the way we drew it up, but it sure is one hell of a first deer story.